And over my shoulder, you can see what the fire is looking at right at this moment. It's an orange glow in the middle of a very dark night. Still to this day, a reminder of what happened right here almost 3 years ago. He's a 23-year-old Hispanic male. He is still alive at this point. Unfortunately, sheriff's deputies that we spoke with are prepared for the worst, as they've already started a homicide investigation. One person dead, there is another person injured. So with the new law in place, guns like this Smith & Wesson MP9 will soon be off the shelves, but gun supporters are firing back. It was definitely a boy that was injured, and the boy couldn't have been any older than 5. He was very small in the picture, receiving medical attention. Now, this is just one thing that the fair is doing this year to try to make it a family-friendly environment. Take a look at this smorgasbord that I have in front of me. Here's what we got, folks. This right here, foot-long corn dog, pretty good. And nothing is more fun than seeing the kids play in the snow, throwing some snowballs. Let me tell you guys something. We have very good packing snow right now. I'm trying to get these guys right now. Whoa. We can certainly expect that it will not be nearly as hot as it was today. But for now, from Old Town Kern, Tom Murphy, Eyewitness News. One doctor we spoke with called it controlling chaos. In the event of a disaster, you still expect hospitals to function, even if there are more people walking through those doors than ever. And what if the hospital itself is not functioning? We went to one training day to find out how questions like that are answered.
And if there was some fire or something, how do we get a patient down the hallway? We just talked about this yesterday.
One day later, employees at Memorial Hospital are taking the steps to learn.
Okay, just pull it up.
Teaching how to get patients out of the hospital if the elevators aren't available. And teaching how to put out fires. Hospital officials say it's their top priority. Annual training days making sure every employee is at their best when things are at their worst.
The hospital is really working hard to help us take care of our patients in time of emergency.
In the emergency room, John Rogers says the hardest thing is preparing for mass casualties. Multiple patients, multiple injuries, all at once.
What you're doing is controlling chaos. So you want to make sure that every person that comes through this door for help gets the best care as possible.
One of the biggest questions we've had is, in the event of a disaster, will the hospitals be prepared? Here at Dignity Health, they are. Everything you see here can be mobilized and moved outside.
Everything that you could need, everything that we have in the hospital.
There are 2 trailers full of county equipment, cots, IVs, blood monitors, all kinds of medical services.
We would be able to get to it and use it to assist us in taking care of our community.
So the hospital has confidence in their equipment.
In the event of a natural disaster, any large disaster in this community, the equipment is here.
Go ahead and get your fire extinguishers ready to operate.
Confidence in their employees.
During a natural disaster or any disaster, we could call upon any employee to help us.
So we all have confidence in them.
It's important for the people at home to know that we do have tools in place and the equipment to take care of people, take care of their families or loved ones while they're inside our hospitals.
It's an idea they're kicking around at McKittrick Elementary School.
Step back.
The K-8 school has been approached by a local oil company about selling the property they're on.
We own the surface as the school district, but we don't own the minerals that are underneath it. We live in a time now where oil prices are high, so they're looking to explore and to exploit all of the minerals that they can.
Principal Barry Kerner says the oil company would pay for a new facility that's better or equal to what they already have. He sees some benefits to a new school.
It'd be nice to have multiple plug-ins on every wall, not having to configure your classroom based on where the power is.
McKittrick parents we spoke with seemed open to the idea.
Could be a great deal, as long as it was something that was equitable. You know, if the oil company is willing to, you know, not only replace, I don't have a problem with that.
The oil company is willing to fit the bill to build you a brand new facility is something you just can't pass on just because of the tradition.
Tradition seems to be the only reason Kerner could see opposition to this possibility, moving a school that's been around since 1951.
There's quite a few people who've gone through, even though it's a small school, have gone through McKittrick Elementary School and like coming back and being able to visit the school, and it looks somewhat like it did when they attended here.
But for now, he says they're waiting to move forward with any plans, waiting to see if the oil company can acquire the land suitable for a new school.
This is where it's kind of nice to be McKittrick Elementary School District, and that is we're not moving because we have to. So if and when that ever does come, it'll be because it is a benefit to our students.
Adam Combs served 10 years with the United States Navy.
With compassion for others, we build, we fight.
He was at his home Wednesday when a stray husky approached.
There's just something about the dog, you know. I walked up to him with a leash, and he just laid down right there for me.
Combs had a feeling he shared a bond with the dog's owner.
Us vets and us military folks, there's a certain way we speak, and that dog understood me.
He needed to find the owner.
Someone cares for this dog. Somebody misses this dog.
That somebody was Steve Rivera.
He called me and says, "Mr. Rivera, I think we have your dog."
Rivera came to us in early August. He'd lost his son's dog, Roscoe. He was watching him as Mark Rivera served in Afghanistan.
Please, a family member.
Almost a month later, Steve is still crying.
If I'm crying, it's joy, tears of joy, not tears of sadness. Oh boy.
Combs found Rivera over social media. It wasn't the first tip Roscoe's owner had received.
Everybody and anybody that called me with a sighting, I got in my car. I didn't care what time it was.
But this time,
sure enough, Roscoe came right up to me and jumped on me.
Rivera had lost hope.
You know, I thought for sure he was lost for good.
But social media kept the husky in the public eye.
The power of social media is very, very strong. Without it, I don't think I would have got my dog back.
A reunion for Roscoe.
It's just a miracle. I didn't ever think we were going to see him again. I really didn't.
And for the servicemen that found him?
It meant the world to me. And so I'm sure it means the world to that guy. And for me to be able to do that for another service member, I'm glad to have this dog reunited.
For those images that you're seeing over my shoulder, I'm joined now by Derek Tysinger with the Kern County Fire Department. Derek, first let's just get into the very latest. What kind of numbers do we have as far as containment, as far as acreage, all the very latest info?
Right now we're looking at 0% containment. The fire is making several runs. It's over 1,200 acres at this time, and we still have over 200 structures threatened.
So what kind of effects did the conditions today have on this fire?
Well, we have conditions that have built up over the years. We have severe drought, low water, steep terrain, low humidity, high temperatures. You put those together, you're going to get extreme fire behavior.
Now let's talk a little bit about some of the homes. How many homes do you think were evacuated? Were any homes lost? What's the info on that?
We did evacuate those 200 structures. We still have the 200 threatened. We did lose multiple structures. We don't have a confirmed number of how many at this time.
Any idea as far as the timetable on this fire?
It looks like it's going to continue throughout the week unless we get some more favorable weather conditions.
Let's talk a little bit. For one thing, we saw airdrops throughout the day. Are we expecting to continue to see those throughout the night, or if you guys stopped those?
We don't have any night drops going on right now, but we do have Helicopter 407 on standby with night vision capability. If it was necessary, that would be activated and put into play.
And then last question, any idea on what caused this fire?
We're looking into that now. We have investigators on scene. We're narrowing down the point of origin, but right now the cause is still under investigation.
All right, Derek, thank you so much. So 0% containment right now, guys, 1,200 acres. Those are the very latest numbers. There's also a lot as far as traffic implications goes. Derek actually told me moments ago that they're working on a press release for that, and we should have a lot more information on that later, hopefully by 11 o'clock. We have so much more to go on this, so for now, I'm going to toss back to the studio. Courtney and Kurt, back to you guys.
All right, some very